authorized to declare a recess of the subcommittee at any time without objection. Members of the full committee not on this subcommittee are authorized to participate in today's hearing. As a reminder, I ask all members to keep themselves muted when they are not being recognized to minimize the disturbances while members are asking questions of our witnesses. The staff have been instructed not to mute members except where a member is not being recognized and there is inadvertent background noise. Members are reminded that all House rules relating to order and decorum apply to this remote hearing. Members are also reminded that they may participate in only one remote hearing at a time. If you are participating today, please keep your camera on, and if you choose to attend a different remote proceeding, please turn your camera off. If members wish to be recognized during the hearing, please identify yourself by name to facilitate recognition. The title of today's hearing is Examining the Role of Municipal Bond Markets in Advancing and Undermining Economic, Racial, and Social Justice. I now recognize myself for 4 minutes to give an opening statement. Today's hearing will assess the municipal bond markets as a driver of systemic discrimination on one hand and of restorative justice on the other hand. First, it will examine material disparities in cost of capital raising for minority-serving institutions, more specifically, historically Black colleges and universities. Second, this hearing will explore the municipal bonds can drive positive change and promote fiscal justice, a truly exciting area of finance today, thanks to the efforts of some issuers and investors and some of those represented among the witnesses. Research authored by one of today's witnesses demonstrates conclusively that HBCUs pay higher underwriting fees to issue tax-exempt bonds compared to similarly situated institutions that are not HBCUs, thereby materially increasing their cost of capital. Notably, this analysis held constant the issuer's credit quality and default risk by comparing HBCUs and non-HBCUs having AAA credit ratings. As a result, timely payment of municipal bonds analyzed was virtually assured, and therefore any cost differential would not be the result of differing risk exposures affecting investor behavior. Rather, as we will hear from our panel, the disparities in fees were attributable to racial animus among investor pools. This conclusion is buttressed by the findings that cost disparities were magnified in states where anti-Black racial resentment is most severe. As the beneficiary of an HBCU education myself, these findings are at once both deeply personal and profoundly troubling. Specifically, the data show that HBCUs pay an average of 20% more to issue bonds than similarly situated non-HBCUs, with the size of this differential varying by state. To illustrate the magnitude of the disparity, consider that HBCU bond issuers in Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi paid 30 basis points more in fees than non-HBCU issuers in the same states. In all other states, by contrast, HBCUs paid issuance costs that were 11 basis points more than non-HBCU issuers, which paid an average of 81 basis points. In closing, I'd like to thank my longstanding colleague, Representative Adams from North Carolina, for her support of this hearing, and quite frankly, without her, the hearing probably would not be taking place.